This hotel stay in Hong Kong helped finish something our family started a long time ago, the Hyatt Brand Explorer Challenge. We just hit our 5th Hyatt brand at the Hyatt Centric Victoria Harbour in Hong Kong. Today, we're auditing this particular stay and sharing why we think that going for the Hyatt Brand Explorer is the most meaningful way for casual Canadian family travelers to dip their feet into and get some value out of the World of Hyatt program, especially with new changes to Hyatt's program coming out in May of 2026. The Brand Explorer Award triggers once you hit 5 different brands. We enjoy checking out different hotels, so the idea of chasing this for a free night seemed like a no-brainer for us. Before this trip, we had stayed at 4 different Hyatt brands. Once we checked in at the Hyatt Centric Hong Kong Victoria Harbour, we were issued a Category 1 to 4 free night certificate. We'll share our actual stays and points transactions later in the video. Now, to be clear, this was not something we were actively chasing every year. It was more like a side quest that we chipped away at over time. 8 years to be exact. But honestly, this stay almost didn't happen. Finding a Hyatt room suitable for 4 people in Hong Kong is trickier than you'd expect. We booked the King Harbour View Deluxe at the Hyatt Centric Hong Kong Harbour. It's not the standard room, but it was the lowest category that allows a rollaway bed. As a special treat, we also added the breakfast package. It cost us $503 Canadian for one night, including the breakfast, which is quite a bit higher than what we wanted to spend. For reference, the room we booked for the remainder of our stay in Hong Kong was about $300 Canadian per night. Here was a setup for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, 1 king bed, and 1 rollaway. Yes, it was tight. Not something we would want for a full week, but for one night we made it work. Even though the room is compact, there were certainly a couple of things that made the space feel special. The bathroom has a luxury spa feel with generous counter space, a walk-in rain shower, and a full-size soaking tub. For a city hotel, the bathroom itself is quite spacious, but the real highlight of this room is not the bathroom. What made this room unique was the breathtaking harbour view. Being a corner room, you have windows on 2 sides. The harbour wraps around the space, letting in lots of natural light, making the room feel much bigger. At night, when the skyline lights up, it's honestly one of the best hotel views we've ever had. You can even enjoy it from the tub. Since we were only here for one night, we booked the breakfast package. We heard good things about it, so decided we'd give it a try, even though it increased that one night cost by quite a bit. We were happy we did. The spread at One Deck Lane was incredible. Total dim sum heaven and a huge hit with the kids. We also made use of their amazing rooftop pool. It had equally stunning views, and though we were fighting jet lag, we thought that this may be our one and only chance to swim here, so we went for a quick swim before checking out and moving on to our final hotel for the rest of the trip. Our final audit score for the Hyatt Centric Victoria Harbour, Hong Kong. Space, 2 out of 5. This room category and ones below it are tight, and we would not book this room for a longer stay. Location, 4 out of 5. North Point was convenient and was a great spot for our first night in Hong Kong. We even managed to ride the local street trams or ding-dings, which were just a few minutes from the hotel. Value, 3 out of 5. This one is a tough one. The view from the room, the delicious breakfast, the epic pool. Moments like these are exactly why certain Hyatt stays feel so memorable for us. But the price is a bit too high, and we definitely would not have stayed here if it didn't help us reach the Brand Explorer Award. Let's talk about why the World of Hyatt program was more of a side quest for us. For Canadians, Hyatt points are actually a lot harder to earn. We focus most of our efforts on the Marriott Bonvoy hotel program, but we do love a Hyatt stay here and there. In the US, travelers can earn Hyatt points fairly easily through the Hyatt branded credit card and several transfer partners. But in Canada, there are no credit cards that earn Hyatt points, and 0 transfer partners for Hyatt as well. Most Canadians, including us who collect travel points, end up earning hotel points through programs like Marriott Bonvoy instead. We know that US credit cards can be an option for some Canadians, but our family doesn't have any. That means that almost all of our Hyatt points have come from paid hotel stays over the years. And this is the reason that we focused on the Brand Explorer Award instead of trying to accumulate Hyatt points. Here's the lineup that got us here along with the points we got from each stay. Hyatt Regency Seattle, 7 years ago. We were inexperienced with points at this time and actually only signed up for the World of Hyatt program at the hotel front desk during check-in. These points actually expired due to inactivity. Hyatt Place Kelowna, 5 years ago. This hotel was the best option for this particular trip, and this was our main base. We were traveling with family, and since we now knew about the program, we put all the rooms under our Hyatt account for the points. This gave us a huge boost after starting from scratch. Hotel Toranomon Hills, the Unbound collection by Hyatt. 3 years ago. At this point, we had realized we should start staying at new brands for one night to fast track the Brand Explorer. We wanted to use our points from our previous trips, but didn't have enough. Luckily, Hyatt was running a promotion on purchasing points, so we bought extra points to top up for this one-night stay. This saved us a little on the nightly cost. Even though we stayed on points, it still counts as a new brand stay. The view from our room was amazing. Park Hyatt Niseko and Park Hyatt Seoul. We always wanted to stay at a Park Hyatt, and both of these hotels were once-in-a-lifetime aspirational short stays for us during that same trip 3 years ago. And finally, the Hyatt Centric Victoria Harbour, Hong Kong in the fall of 2025. By staying here, we finally completed 5 Hyatt brands, which unlocked our Brand Explorer Free Night Award. This Free Night Award is valid at Category 1 to 4 Hyatt hotels worldwide. Standard rooms at Hyatt Category 4 hotels cost 12,000 points on off-peak nights to 18,000 points on peak nights, based on the current award chart, though this is increasing in May of 2026. At the current award chart, for an average Canadian traveler, earning 15,000 Hyatt points solely through hotel stays is a significant undertaking, as you saw from our previous stays. This makes the Brand Explorer Free Night Award we just earned pretty valuable, and we're planning to use it this summer. In May 2026, Hyatt is increasing their pricing tiers, and Category 4 hotels can now jump to 25,000 points on peak nights. For our strategy, this devaluation means that our hard-earned Hyatt points from occasional stays will be worth less. But because the Brand Explorer Award is tied to hotel categories 1 to 4 and not a specific point value, its real-world value is actually increasing in May 2026. You could still use that Free Night Award for a Category 4 hotel, which would cost as much as 25,000 points after May 2026. The downside is that certain Category 4 hotels may be moving to Category 5 and may no longer be bookable for that free night. So all in all, though the math is getting harder, our strategy won't change all that much. Focus on the Brand Explorer, and if the points we get from those short stays is enough for another booking, we will always try and use it at a new brand. Hopefully, it doesn't take us another 8 years. Hyatt has a lot of fantastic properties around the world, and as a Canadian, if you want to dip your feet in the World of Hyatt program, here are some tips for those without a US credit card. Focus on the Brand Explorer Award, not amassing points. Try and integrate a Hyatt stay into your travel plans. Once you've decided on your main hotel for the trip, see if you can squeeze in a 1 or 2 night Hyatt stay at a new brand. This will always depend on the destination and the itinerary for that trip. It's most definitely extra effort to move hotels after just 1 or 2 nights with kids and luggage, so we typically try to do this at the beginning of the trip when our luggages aren't unpacked yet, or at the end when our luggages are fully packed. In some locations, you can find an inexpensive Hyatt hotel at the airport that would make a late arrival or early departure easier and take off that new brand box. By doing this, you get a little bit of points from the stay and then get that precious brand badge. This Hyatt Brand Explorer strategy isn't for everyone, but if it works for your family like it does for ours, then that one free night is definitely a nice treat. If you happen to be traveling with family, offer to book their room using your account to earn more points. This one is obvious, but if you are solely earning points through hotel stays, it's easy for those points to sit idle for 24 months and expire. This happened to us early on, but luckily we didn't lose too many. There are ways you can keep them from expiring, such as dining at a restaurant at a Hyatt property, as long as you provide your Hyatt number. Finally, if you are currently sitting on any Hyatt points or free night awards, try and book your next stay before May 2026 to get the most out of your points. For Canadians, the World of Hyatt is definitely the long game, but over time, the points and badges do add up. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and follow along. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.